Oh boy, it's taken me a little while to get up and record again. I haven't been doing as much in Animal Crossing. I've done so much that it's like, okay, time to like focus on real life things, maybe. But with running around and doing a bunch of stuff and just enjoying my island for doing like the daily activities and whatnot, there's one thing that is painstakingly clear, and that is that the museum has to move. It's just in the way of this transit corridor between the shops and the town hall, and also making it over to the bridge. Like either I'm working my way around it, or I get stuck through the trees trying to come through the front. And then as much as I do like this garden area, it's just not quite working as I hoped. There's a lot to be done, and where is it gonna go? And what am I gonna do? Another thing I want to do as part of the domino effect is focus on this section up here, because I want to develop it to be a larger second tier cliff section, so I can have a higher up spot for fishing. There's a lot to do, so I'm gonna go get started, and who knows when I'm gonna come back. But with the magic of editing, you'll have no idea, other than the fact that there's a perfect timestamp in the bottom left corner. Whoops. So, unbeknownst to you, it's been a few days. Yeah, June 7th now. What the heck? Life got busy, and then I didn't play Animal Crossing that much. But I have been doing some work, doing some renovations around here, and I wanted to put in a little seating area here. This walkway is expanded too wide, and yeah, this is looking good. Everything looks kind of more bland at night, so I'll just go over what I've done quickly, and then there's definitely more to be done, so I will be coming back later when it's all finished. But this is expanded here because we got Lloyd, who is chilling with a paid off incline, because as you can see, we got the museum up here now. Having it here, it's not a shop per se, but it's part of the more commercial area, so I figured connecting it up would be a great way to keep it centralized, but then raising it up and having it on its own tier definitely helps to just separate it that much more. And considering that I already have this area where it's kind of its own walkway and closed off access specifically to the shops, having a ramp that just goes right on up to the museum from there seemed pretty fitting to me. And then now that I've actually donated all the fossils, like every single one of them all the time, are gonna be sellable. So being able to run right out, come down the ramp, and pop on in to sell them is going to be pretty nice. You can tell it's June because we got all the fireflies that are out right now. And then the weeds are different too. Like, things changed and it's kind of weird. But up here has undergone a major renovation. Like, major. Because this is all now third tier, which never previously existed, which I think is pretty cool. And apparently I missed a fossil. How dare I? Ugh, black bass, meh. And so I'm not totally sold on this yet. You're not new, okay. But it's definitely an improvement. This little section down here, I was like, that's cool. But I had to dig all the way from this side over here, where you're on the ground floor, and make a path into here to have a ground level that I could dig out, step aside, build up, and then build all the way around it. Otherwise, you can't get down to the ground level if you're up on a tier and you don't have open access. But this shape is kind of cool. But the only thing with that is the more intricate spaces there are, the less spawnable areas that becomes. And part of why I did this was to get more fishing spots for freshwater. So I gotta play around see how it feels. Now it's time to decorate the area around the museum, but there's not too much space, but I've created a little bit of a cool sitting area, and there's some bamboo stuff that I haven't used yet. And as much as I love the smoked cured bamboo, I already have a couple of those in the entrance area, so I figured why not try out the dried bamboo. So we're going and customizing some of those. Oh, I don't think I've even showed in recording my upstairs space. Look at the candle. It's adorable. So the accessories, I'm going for the smoked cured, but the bigger pieces I'm going for the dried out, just to get some variation. But yeah, this is my upstairs space. This is now like the whole crafting area. So coming up the stairs and coming in here, this side is where you have like more of the DIY workshop stuff. And I love having the big shelves here just to like create a mini section within it. And then if we come over this way, we then have a nice casual sitting area. And now I have enough ironwood furniture that it looks like a pretty complete set. I don't have all the pieces, still a few to go, but between like the dark, the iron, and then the other few pieces that are more metal, it all comes together pretty well. Okay, I've decorated a little bit more around here, and it's looking pretty wonderful, I gotta say. Having this little seating area, it's definitely something that's been in the back of my mind for a while, so to actually have it done is looking pretty sweet. And then I still think the flow works pretty well. The same kind of charm is applied to what was previously here, so it all works out. I'm happy about that. And it is the next day, so we gotta fix this spot because Lloyd was just busy hanging out here. No, not that spot. No. Curse of the... I don't even know what you would call it. But yeah, now that we got the ramp in here, I figured white would go nicely with the color of the museum. It's not quite the same stone color, but nice to get something different in here. I've used the stairs and the regular incline. I was very tempted to put a second one here so you could access it from the other side, but I didn't want to waste the money on setting up 2 inclines right around here. And I think having to come through this section is going to be pretty nice anyway, because it's nice to look at. So having it just making it part of this section is kind of nice. Now, I don't quite know how I want to go about doing this bamboo section. It's going to be nice and small. And then I also did grab the holly starts because I've never seen them from Leaf offering, but I went to my brother's island and Leaf was there. No, don't do that. And then he had holly starts. And so they're definitely not in season right now, but once they are, they're gonna be looking pretty nice. So, got this to start. Whoa, such a big inventory full of so many things that all look the same. Okay. Yes, I do like that. What I did envision was that, and then the bench in front of it. Pretty sure I can push this back. Hey. So I definitely had this part sticking in my head. And then we come through and fill this in. I did have a fence coming along this side, but I definitely feel like this would be prime area to put down some bushes. Oh god, can I just... Sometimes I am awful at this. I do like the patchy look, but it's not working out here for me. I figured I'd do a bit more of the creative process while recording because a lot of my videos have just been jump cuts to like before and after. So getting a little bit more involved, see how I like that. Yeah, so this way, if the museum entrance was too wide, I would have put the ramp in front of it so I could access it right from here. But unfortunately, that is not the case, and I wasn't sold on offsetting it, so here we are. As much as I like the cornered pathways, not being able to style them or anything is quite frustrating to me. So we are just gonna make do with the edge. But then if I am able to decorate it, that's still gonna be pretty nice. Woo! Okay, you don't like that, do ya? So now we're gonna come in here and plant some holly starts. And these are gonna be a darker green like the cedars, which I thought were spruces for the longest time. I'm still miffed. But I think these are gonna look nice here. I don't have them planted anywhere else, so this can be their dedicated section. And then this lines up very nicely over here. And I think just getting this main section filled with them is going to be all I need. And then down there was the azaleas. They're officially out of season, and now it's the hydrangeas. I'm curious when the olive starts are going to be or the olive bushes are going to be in season, because I have those pretty much planted everywhere else. 4, 3, 2. So those are good there. Let's see. I did bring a couple garden lanterns. Not sure if I'm going to use them. I just brought them along. Oh, I heard it first, and then I saw. Oh, candle holder. This thing's cool. Look at that. Okay, so you still get like the dry bamboo. Goodness. Goodness. Oh, coming up right over here. Now you still get like part of that dried bamboo from the inside of it, but having a little bit of color variation is going to make it not all quite the same, which I like. Let's see what I'll get. A cute sofa. Oh my god. What is it going to be? The blue is just not a good color for the cute set. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the set anyway. But maybe I'm just going to give that to someone. Flowers. We need flowers. Ah, that's looking pretty nice. I like it. I haven't gone for the dispersed pattern like this. Usually it's just like the rows. So a little bit of a different look. They're going to be different bushes. And then when the hollies are in season, which I'm assuming is going to be winter, I'm going to have the red berries on them. And that's going to look awesome because they're going to have like the red, the dark green bamboo basket. Ooh, I do like that. And then it's all going to mix in nicely with the windflower. My fave. So a little bit of a seating area here. I feel like there's one thing missing, at least, but I don't have any idea. Still got the stone tablets, but I feel like those were part of the old place and not here, so I'm just gonna leave those for now. For me, it's just super crazy to see those towns that were finished like a month and a half ago, and it's like, what, you've been playing Animal Crossing for 2 weeks and you've covered every single square you can? Like, it's just insane to me. Like, there's still lots to be done here, and I am happy about that because, like, what am I gonna do when I'm done? Am I gonna just like tear it all down and start from scratch? Who knows? But moving the museum up here, working on the water area. Oh, I will show you that quickly before we leave. I have done a little bit to change it up. So now we have hopping spots in here, and this is a bit more broken up to archipelago kind of style. And having a second tier cliff river has already paid off. I caught an arapaya, which I was walking around looking for fossils, and I was like, that is a big fish. And it was one of those. So I don't know if that's like started in June, but just proof that I needed this section. I could keep rambling, so I won't. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.